You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to talk some Jurassic World, and I want to clarify some things that were mentioned in the last video regarding the script leak or the reveal of the story for the movie. So there was some things I need to correct that was brought up to me by some of the comment section, some people in the comment section, I should say. And I want to thank you guys for that. So to clarify, they're not going to be trained in terms of the Raptors. Apparently, Chris Pratt's character is going to be studying the relationship between humans and raptors, which I'll get into that in a moment. The next thing is the splicing for the DNA is going to be done by, I guess, some of the staff at the park, the scientists, to generate more excitement for the park, because I guess in the story they're saying that the visitors are already getting bored with the dinosaurs that are there, which I find kind of weird. So while those are some errors I made, and I admit that, no problem, glad to correct it, glad for those of you who corrected me. However, I don't think that really changes a whole lot. In some ways, it kind of makes things a little bit worse. From the splicing dino aspect, there's so many dinosaurs that they could, and I said this in my last video, that they could bring into the fold of the movie and give a good explanation as to how they got them. I don't think they need to go the splicing dino route. Along with that, I gotta say that I think giving the story that the people are getting bored with the dinosaurs at the park is also kind of a poor story, because they also mention that in the story, in the movie, the park gets 20,000 visitors, I guess a day, something along those lines. So they can't be getting that bored. Plus, it is a little unrealistic when you consider that, you know, zoos across the nation and like zoos or places like SeaWorld and stuff like that, or places where they have like you can visit like penguins and stuff like that, or certain animals. People don't get bored of that stuff. You know, people go back and they visit those places every summer if you go to the zoo, or depending on what time of the year you go to the zoo. People go to SeaWorld all the time to see the whales. I'm sure there have been plenty of people who've been there multiple times and never get bored of it. So I don't know how you can sell a story that people are getting bored of dinosaurs. It just, I don't really buy that. And I also don't buy that as an excuse to bring in a spliced dinosaur when there's so many dinosaurs in the history books that you could just kind of write into the story and come up with probably a better explanation of how you got that dinosaur there than with the whole splicing. But be that as it may, we do need to see how it plays out. It could turn out to be a fantastic story. It could turn out to be a blunder. I'm 50-50 on the idea right now. I'm excited, kind of excited to see where it goes, but I'm also a little bit on the fence about it because I think they could have done something better. Now, in terms of the whole studying the raptors and their relationship with humans, the problem there is, what relationship are they studying? I mean, okay, if you want to argue that they're studying the relationship between the caretakers and the raptors, okay, I guess we can go with that. But outside of that, what else could you possibly study in terms of a relationship with a raptor and a human? Because I don't know about you, I've never had a relationship with a raptor. There's no, you know, like, and not only that, just because there's going to be a study of a relationship, I don't think that necessarily means that training a raptor is completely out the door. Now, I'm not saying I have an issue with that story plot. I think that's a little bit more, you know, like I said in my last video, the lesser of two evils. But I still find it hard to believe that if they did decide to go the training route, that they'd be able to pull it off. I'm sure it's going to lead to some sort of disaster and stuff like that. And maybe there's that like one raptor that turns out to be a hero, or I don't know. But I think it's a gamble. I think it's one of those things that could either really pay off, or it could really, really just bomb. I said the same thing about X-Men. X-Men had every reason to be a bomb because of all the characters, because of the timeline, because of the prior movies. Yet they did it very well. It was a very good movie. So, you know, while there was some correction to be made, I still feel that the splicing thing I just feel they could have done better with that. I think they were trying to be creative, but I think they went a little too far with that idea. So hopefully it works out for both them and us. And as far as the research regarding the raptors and their relationship with humans, you know, I don't know how much they're going to base that kind of research on in the movie. Maybe the raptors have had relationships with humans for a long period of time going into the movie. Maybe that's something that's going to be established and we'll get a small backstory about it. But the only relationship I can see that his character has to study with the raptors and humans is probably the relationship between the caretakers, you know, the people who feed them and stuff like that, give them their drinks and, you know, I guess maybe vaccinations. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you put a raptor in a cage and you have a big needle, you know, you could do that. I guess maybe that's the kind of relationship they're talking about, because up until we get to the movie, that's really the only one I could think of that you would study, how the caretakers interact with the raptors, how the raptors respond to them over time, how the raptors respond to being fed by the same person or the same group of people on a daily basis. Do they grow fond of them? Do they become less hostile towards them because they know that they're getting their food from those people? So yeah, that to me is more believable. I really do think training is going to be involved with that, because even though it hasn't been said, I'm not going to totally give up on the fact that there might be training involved, because even with caretakers in certain zoos, there is a form of training involved. Not all. Some zoos are strictly feed them, you know, spray them down, wash them, whatever you want to call it, give them their vaccinations if they need it or any kind of medicine, and move along. Where there's some zoos that they do that, but they also spend time with the animal and try to establish a relationship or develop some sort of training. So we'll see how it turns out. But yes, I did want to correct that. I do want to thank everybody in the comments for bringing that up to me. And we're going to see how it plays out. I'm still very excited for the movie. I love dinosaurs. There are some concerns, but it's way too early to tell. I do like the way the park looks. I think a lot of you guys have seen that picture by now. It looks beautiful the way they have it set up. And I like the idea of the whole, the amenities in the park and all that kind of stuff, hotel, golf course, amusement park, things like that. You know, especially when you think that all that stuff can get torn up over the course of time in the movie when all shit hits the fence, because we all know that's going to happen. But that's it. I just wanted to come and make that correction. I wanted to acknowledge you guys for correcting me. I appreciate it. But I also wanted to give my thoughts, even with that new information, or even with that correction, I still wanted to share my feelings on it, because I still think that the splicing dino thing, whether it's scientists on the island or military, I still think it's something they could have done better. And in terms of the raptors and the relationship with humans and the possible training, because I think that still might be into the fold, we'll see how that plays out. That's not so horrible. It's just, you know, it is hard for me to picture a velociraptor being even, or any raptor, or any dinosaur for that matter, being even remotely tame, or having the opportunity to even train one. It's just, you know, we've never done it. We've never had that opportunity, so I can't see how you would even think it could be possible, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Anyway, guys, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.